this nursery rhyme, guys, is the Grand Old Duke of York. So it's all got to do with soldiers and army. And I racked my brains what would be a fun activity. We're going to make parachutes. So let's go and sing the song, and then Mom and Dad are going to help you make a parachute. Have lots of fun throwing it, and see you tomorrow. This nursery rhyme is a great one to march to. The Grand Old Duke of York. Here he is. He's a soldier from the old days, and he's got 10,000 soldiers that he marches around. Oh, the Grand Old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill, and he marched them down again. And when they were up, they were up. And when they were down, they were down. And when they were only halfway up, they were neither up nor down. Now put a beat to it. Oh, the Grand Old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched him up to the top of the hill, and he marched him down again. And when they were up, they were up. And when they were down, they were down. And when they were only halfway up, they were neither up nor down. Soldiers in the army have changed. They used to look like this, with a big hat and boots, and they looked very smart. But nowadays, army people wear camo. Why do they wear camo? Because they don't want to be seen, and then they can be shot. If an army guy wanted to make sure that nobody saw him in the long grass, he's got to disguise himself with lots of grass so nobody sees him. These army guys are very well camouflaged. You almost battle to see them. Another one. These ones are in the small grasslands, and there's light green and dark green and brown so that they cannot be easily seen. You also get camo in the snow. If you had to wear green camo, you would stick out and the enemy would see you. These guys have got white and grey on, so you don't really notice them. What is the only thing you notice? Their faces. So look, this guy has already painted his face. He's made sure he's got green and black, so he looks like the shadows that are created by the leaves and the trees. Sometimes the army needs to get behind enemy lines, and the only way they can do that is from parachuting out of planes. Today we're going to make a parachute using a packet, just a shopping packet. What we're going to do is we're just going to cut it up the sides, so we've got a nice square plastic packet piece that we're going to then make into a circle. Right, so here I've got my front part of the packet. I'm then going to fold the packet in half. I'm going to fold it in half again. Then you're going to start to fold it so the pieces are going to look like a semicircle and then a smaller than a semicircle. Right, here is my circle. Well, it's going to become my circle. Just cut it off. And then on the one side, not the side with all the folds on, you're going to cut a small little nick over here for the holes that you're going to tie the string to. So now when you open up your parachute, you got a circle. The next thing you're going to do is to cut 8 pieces of string. I really didn't know how long to make them. My son informs me that they shouldn't be too long because then it weighs a lot, but if it's too short, then your parachute won't open. So go figure, how long is a piece of string? You're going to tie on the string, and just a single knot is absolutely fine. Do this with all 8 of the pieces. I have all my strings attached to my parachute now. Now you're going to find a small toy to go at the base of it. I tried to have a small little soft toy, but that was too heavy. So now I've used the Lego guy and he works better. So now what you're going to do is you're going to tie the parachute on. On the one YouTube video I watched, it counts 4 pieces of string to tie around the one arm of the character. Goodness knows if you cannot do it all together, but this seems to work. I'm just going to put the string around the other arm. Pull it tight. Once knot is all you need. So now my skeleton is attached to the parachute. Right, now we're going to test how a parachute flies. I've had lots of experience of free-falling skeletons, so what you need to do is, remember, don't put your little dude in and kind of scrunch up your parachute. My son tells me I need to make sure he's hanging upside down next to the parachute like this. Now you're going to throw it as high in the air as you can and hope he doesn't free fall fast. Let's try another time. Hopefully we can get a longer flight this time.